please let me welcome our country director to officially welcome everybody and kickstart today's agenda. Karibu sana.
I think this is a bit far, but let me stand close to here. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Community Development, Gender and Women Special Groups that is going to be with us a little bit later on. Your Excellencies, the ambassadors, and today we have the British High Commissioner, Marianne Young, you're most welcome. The Irish Ambassador to Tanzania, Nicole, you're most welcome. We also have representatives of INGOs, UN agencies. With us here today, we have UNICEF, TMAC, Maria Stopes, Save the Children, UN Women, World Vision, amongst others. Representatives from partner organizations. The girls that are here today as participants and our guests of honors for this day, the media fraternity, plant staff, young girls and our young leaders, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Habarini za asubuhi. It is with immense excitement and pride that I welcome each and every one of you to this year's Plan International Girls Takeover event celebrations. We do apologize for the change in venue at the last minute, but we appreciate your flexibility and your commitment to being part of today's event. Today is not just a celebration. It is a reaffirmation of our collective commitment to advancing the leadership, rights, and potential of girls and young women in Tanzania and across the globe. As I continue with my welcome remarks, I want to declare right now that I have borrowed this spot for a few minutes, but our real host today is Jacqueline Ibrahim Kasochela, who is sitting right there. So once I finish giving these brief remarks, I will welcome her, who has taken over my CD role for Plan Tanzania. And I would like to appreciate and applause for Jacqueline. Jacqueline, naomba usimame watu wakutambue. Thank you. Plan International is an international development and humanitarian organization that advances children's rights and equality for girls. We have been operational in Tanzania since 1991. We have been in 8 regions with footprints in 16. Right now we're in 8 regions, but we have footprints in 16 regions. We work with children and young people, community supporters, partners, and the government to tackle the root causes and challenges and inequalities that children and young girls and youth face. We support young, vulnerable children, youth and their families to access healthcare, education, clean water, sanitation, and protection from violence. This year, we have a total of 38 young girls that have come in from Katavi, Rukwa, Mwanza, Geita, Dodoma, and Dar es Salaam, and that have had the opportunity to take over leadership roles within various positions. And I know there are some of you here that have hosted them, our ambassadors, our CEOs, our CDs, our UN representatives, mission directors, permanent secretaries from the government, heads of department, and even media presenters. At Plan International, we believe that every girl has the right to speak up, to lead, and to make decisions about her life. Today's Girls Takeover event is a perfect example of the belief in action. We are witnessing girls stepping into leadership roles within these areas, our ambassadors, our CEOs, the decision makers, media presenters. We have activists, we have writers that have been able to interact, and it has made it and allowing them to experience and believe that it is possible. It is possible for them to be able to become the leaders that they want to believe. So to believe that every aspiration starts with a dream and a self-belief and the determination to be able to achieve their goals. I want to especially thank our distinguished guests that accepted to host these courageous young women and inspire them to dream big, yeah? To know that it is possible for them and to achieve their dreams. Together we are forging pathways of lasting change, showing what it looks like when girls are given the chance to lead, to be heard, and to share their futures, and to shape their own futures. Together creating a world where every girl, no matter where she comes from, has equal opportunities to thrive. To all our young ladies here today, you inspire us all. All the young ladies, you inspire us all. Your dreams, your courage, your leadership will transform not only your lives, but the future of Tanzania. You are the change agents, and we are here to support you, to listen, and to ensure that your voices are heard. However, we know that the road to equality is long. It's a long road, and there's much work to be done. Girls and women face barriers from access to education, to healthcare, to economic opportunities, positions of influence. But today we stand here together to say that these barriers will and can be overcome. Step by step, with collective action, we can be able to ensure that these barriers are removed. We have a shared responsibility to invest in girls' leadership and ensure that they are equipped with the skills, confidence, and support they need to lead not only today or within the takeovers, but for the rest of their lives. It is time to transform our societies, our institutions, and our systems so that they recognize and nurture the leadership potential of every girl everywhere. As part of my time with the young ladies, I shared with them my own story of how, as a young girl, between the age, I think, around 15, 16, I was inspired to dream big. After interacting with leaders and CEOs of a friends' parents within the school that I was going to, this aspiration inspired me to have my self-dream and at that age, I remember I told myself that one day I am going to head a UN agency. That is the dream that I had at the age of 15, 16. And I have kept, that vision has been so clear to me, and throughout my life, and despite numerous challenges along the way, I persevered, I've remained focused, and I still believe that I will achieve my vision. My motto has always been, and my motto to young people has always been, if the next person or the person that is there where you want to be has made it, then you can make it as well, yeah? So that's what we need to know, that it is the power within us that allows us to achieve, and we should always persevere to be able to achieve that goal. Ladies and gentlemen, with these few welcome remarks, I now want to welcome our real host. Yes, I took up too much time, Jacqueline Ibrahim, who has come all the way from Rukwa. She resides along the shores of Lake Rukwa. This is the third largest lake in Tanzania, but it's also a unique lake in that waters go in, but they don't come out. Yeah? Jacqueline has been actively working as a champion of change since 2020, and as part of the Ending Child, Early, and Forced Marriages project in Rukwa. Her work focuses on promoting gender equality and transforming social norms as part of PLAN's global program. Her dream, Jackie's dream, is to become an activist for the rights of women and children. Please applaud Jacqueline once again, and Jacqueline, welcome to the podium.
Mheshimiwa Katibu Mkuu Wizara ya Maendeleo ya Jamii, Jinsia, Wanawake na Makundi Maalum, waheshimiwa mabalozi, wawakilishi wakazi wa mashirika ya Umoja wa Mataifa. Kwa sababu ya muda, itoshe kusema itifaki imezingatiwa. Habari za asubuhi. Jina langu ni Jacqueline Ibrahim Kasochela, natokea mkoa wa Rukwa, halmashauri ya wilaya ya Sumbawanga. Kwa leo nimesimama mbele yenu kama mkurugenzi mkazi wa shirika la Plan International Tanzania. Ndugu wageni waalikwa, kulingana na matokeo ya sensa ya watu na makazi ya mwaka 2022, idadi ya watoto nchini Tanzania bara ilikuwa 29,365,234. Kati ya hao wasichana ni 14,680,895. Idadi hii ya wasichana inakabiliwa na changamoto mbalimbali ikiwemo unyanyasaji wa kijinsia kama ripoti za Jeshi la Polisi la Tanzania inavyotoa takwimu kila mwaka. Mnamo mwaka 2023, kesi za ukatili dhidi ya watoto ziliongezeka hadi kufikia 15,301 ikilinganishwa na 12,163 kwa mwaka 2022, ikiwa ni ongezeko la 25.8%. Ndugu wageni waalikwa, kulingana na utafiti wa demografia na afya kwa mwaka 2022, matatizo ndani ya familia yanachangia kutelekezwa na matunzo mabaya ya watoto, hasa wasichana. Ukosefu wa malezi bora unachangia viwango vya juu vya ukatili na ndoa za utotoni. Ilibainika kuwa 22% ya wasichana wenye umri wa miaka 15 hadi 19 walikuwa wamepata ujauzito, ambapo 27% ya wasichana wa vijijini walikumbwa na tatizo hili, ikilinganishwa na 15% ya wasichana wa mijini. Takwimu zinaonyesha kuwa mimba za utotoni zipo kwa wingi katika maeneo ya vijijini na mijini. Mikoa iliyoongoza kwa mimba za utotoni ni Songwe 45%, Ruvuma 37%, Katavi 34%, Rukwa 30% na Mara 31%. Naomba niwashirikishe jambo dogo. Kama nilivyotangulia kujitambulisha hapo awali, natokea mkoa wa Rukwa, halmashauri ya wilaya ya Sumbawanga, katika kijiji cha Ilemba. Kijiji cha Ilemba kinapatikana bonde la Ziwa Rukwa. Katika kijiji cha Ilemba, watoto wa kike tunapitia changamoto nyingi. Changamoto kubwa hasa inayotukabili watoto wa kike katika kijiji cha Ilemba ni umaskini. Changamoto hii ya umaskini inapelekea watoto kujihusisha katika mahusiano ya kimapenzi wakiwa na umri mdogo, kiasi ambacho inapelekea kupata mimba wakiwa na umri mdogo kutokana na ukosefu wa elimu ya afya ya uzazi. Naomba nitoe wito, Mheshimiwa Katibu Mkuu, mabalozi, wakurugenzi wa mashirika na wageni wengine, kuweza kutufikia katika maeneo yetu na kutatua changamoto zinazowakabili na kutuokoa wasichana wa mkoa wa Rukwa. Ndugu wageni waalikwa, Plan International, shirika la Plan International litaendelea kushirikiana na wadau wote wanaopinga masuala yanayozuia wasichana kupata haki zao za msingi na kuzuia ndoto zao. Hatutaweza kuvumilia vitendo vyovyote vinavyodhuru wasichana kama vile ndoa za utotoni, ukosefu wa usawa katika elimu, ukatili wa kijinsia na watoto wa kike kukosa ushiriki katika maamuzi. Ndugu wageni waalikwa, kama ilivyo ada, mwaka huu Tanzania inaungana na mataifa mengine duniani kuadhimisha siku hii ya mtoto wa kike, ambapo serikali imekuja na kauli mbiu inayosema msichana na uongozi, tumshirikishe wakati ni sasa. Lengo la kauli mbiu hii ni kuhamasisha ushiriki wa wasichana katika kushika nafasi mbalimbali za uongozi sasa na siku za usoni. Ndugu wageni waalikwa, sambamba na maadhimisho ya siku ya mtoto wa kike duniani, shirika limeendelea na kampeni yake ya msichana shika hatamu, ambapo wasichana takribani 46 kutoka sehemu mbalimbali za Tanzania wamepata nafasi ya kujifunza masuala ya uongozi na kuweza kushika hatamu katika ofisi mbalimbali. Vile vile, mnamo tarehe 27 mwezi wa 9 mwaka 2024, shirika la Plan International limezindua kampeni mpya ya Sikia Sauti Zetu, yani Hear Our Voices. Lengo likiwa ni kusaidia watoto wa kike kusikika wanapopaza sauti zao juu ya changamoto mbalimbali wanazozipitia na njia za utatuzi wanazozipendekeza. Ndugu wageni waalikwa, kupitia kampeni ya Girls Take Over, Plan International inaonyesha uwezo na nguvu za wasichana. Fursa ya kushika nafasi za uongozi inaonyesha uwezo wa wasichana na inawasaidia kuwa viongozi wenye ujasiri na uwezo wa kufikia malengo yao ya baadaye. Kwa kumalizia, kwa kushirikiana na vyombo vya habari, taasisi za serikali na wadau kama ninyi, tunaweza kujenga ulimwengu ambapo kila msichana ana fursa sawa za kufikia malengo yake. Kwa kuchangia na kuchukua nafasi za uongozi, hebu tuwape kipaumbele na kuhakikisha sauti zao zinasikika ili tuweze kuunda mustakabali tunaoutamani. Pamoja tunaweza kujenga ulimwengu ambapo kila msichana anapata fursa ya kustawi, kuchangia na kuongoza. Tutetee haki zao na kuhakikisha sauti zao zinaendana na mustakabali wanaohitaji. Asanteni kwa kunisikiliza. Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania.
That's my boss, everybody. Please, another round of applause for my country director. Asante sana Jacqueline. Speech yako ilikuwa nzuri, very moving, na asante kwa kuongelea pia wasichana wa Rukwa. Na hii Girls Take Over inafanyika nchi nzima Tanzania. It's going on everywhere in Tanzania. In Geita right now, there are about 10 girls taking over leadership position. So voices like Jacqueline are also important to be heard in stages like this, in rooms like this, and that's why we have her here. Asante tena sana Jacqueline. So as I said, Girls Take Over is being done everywhere in Tanzania, but not only in Tanzania, but everywhere in the world. So right now, I want to briefly deviate from our project, please, if you will excuse me with that, and welcome Mr. Magashi, who is from Sub-Regional Director, to give us a briefly overview of this program at a global perspective, so we can see how far it reaches. Karibu sana, Mr. Gerard.
Actually, I'm still touched with the speech Development Director, Jacqueline. I think her speech drew our hearts and minds greatly. Another round of applause for her. Girls, girls, Permanent Secretary Representative from the Ministry of Community Development, Gender, Women, and Social Group, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, UN agencies, country representatives, INGOs, and civil society organizations directors here present, corporate heads and CEO, representatives from partner organizations here present, Girl Takeover participants, and especially our dear Jacqueline, the media, fraternity, Plan International staff, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Good morning. It is an honor to be here today at this remarkable event, the Girls Takeover celebration in Tanzania, as we unite to celebrate the strength, resilience, and potential of girls, not only in this country, but around the world. The Girls Takeover campaign started in 2019 and represents more than a symbolic moment. It is a powerful statement about the need for transformative change in how we support, empower, and uplift girls and young women as future leaders. As the Regional Director for East and Southern Africa, I'm fully aware of the challenges girls continue to face across the region and the globe, and the good example we have had this morning. Today, millions of girls are still deprived of opportunities, denied education, forced into early marriages, and subjected to violence and harmful practices that prevent them from realizing their full potential. The global pandemic, climate change, and conflict has only deepened these inequalities, making the fight for girls' rights more urgent than ever. Despite these challenges, I'm filled with the hopes and optimism as I stand before the young leaders here today, girls like you, who are not only dreaming big, but also are stepping into leadership roles, and you are showing us all what is possible when girls are given the opportunity to lead. Ladies and gentlemen, globally, there is a growth recognition that we cannot achieve true development, equality, or sustainable peace without the full inclusion and leadership of girls and young women. Yet, leadership opportunities for girls and young women remain scarce. Structural barriers and deeply ingrained gender norms continue to limit their participation in decision-making processes and decision-making in spaces. We see it in politics, where women and girls are underrepresented. We see in economy, where girls face barriers to entrepreneurship and financial independence. We see it in education, where millions of girls are denied the chance to complete their schooling due to poverty, discrimination, early childhood marriages, or cultural practices. But today, we come together to break these barriers. Today is about giving girls the opportunity to experience what leadership feels like. It is about recognizing that girls are not just beneficiaries of our programs, they are drivers of change. They are leaders in their own right, and it's our duty to support them, to create the condition in which they can thrive, and to provide them with a platform to lead the way. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this moment to extend my gratitude to our partners, ambassadors who are here, government leaders here present, UN agencies, and civil society organizations who have supported this journey and continue to advocate for girls' leadership. Together, we are sending a message to the world that gender equality is not negotiable, and that empowering girls to lead is fundamental to achieving their full potential. To the young girls and women here today, I say this: you are the future. You are the leaders we need. Your voices matters. Keep pushing boundaries. Keep challenging the status quo. And never doubt that you have the power to make a difference. We stand with you, and we will continue to work tirelessly to ensure that the world recognizes and nurtures the incredible potential within each of you. Ladies and gentlemen, let today be a reminder of the work still to be done, but also a celebration of the progress we are making. Together, we can create a world where every girl has the opportunity to lead, to decide, and to thrive. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Magashi, and it's always good to hear how leaders are still empathetic to issues that are still going on with girls, and your commitments as well. So now, without further ado, please allow me to welcome Her Excellency Marianne Young from the British High Commissioner, and she has a special letter for girls.
Let's see if I can go behind there.
Oh,
I might be lost. It's not built for girls.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So I might just perch like this. Great. Right. Distinguished guests, senior government officials, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, girls and friends, all protocols observed. Habari za asubuhi. Girls. Excellent. Right, I'm delighted to be here with you all today supporting this very important event. I had the honour of doing a job swap with an inspiring young lady last week, Maureen Kambala, who is here, as part of Plan International's Girls Take Over campaign. She became Balozi Mtoto for the day and chaired some of our big embassy meetings, and she joined my weekly planning discussions. She also accompanied me on a field trip when we went to see one of our climate change programs, and which sponsors clean cooking developments. And we both learned to cook together, or rather, she taught me to cook. We made ugali, and she was much, much better than me. The following day, it was my turn to step into her shoes, and I had the privilege of becoming a student again. And I attended a class at her high school in Tambaza in Dar es Salaam, and it was a great experience for both of us. The exercise not only exposed her to what a female leader does and what an ambassador really gets up to, but it also taught me a lot about education issues in Tanzania and also the remarkable drive and resilience of young women studying here and aspiring for meaningful futures in Tanzania and further afield. It really got me thinking about my own journey and the different experiences being faced by my own two young adult daughters who are both studying at different universities in England. So with that backdrop in mind, I am now going to offer you some thoughts on a letter to my younger self. I've pitched it at myself at the cusp of adulthood, when I was leaving school and didn't really know what I wanted to do. I wanted to continue studying for a bit, which I did at two different universities, and I was just hopeful that I'd be able to find a career that was fulfilling, challenging, and allowed me to see a bit more of this endlessly fascinating world, where there should be a lot more uniting than dividing us. So here goes. Right, that's what I was worried about. Right. Dear Marianne, firstly, don't worry so much. You have plenty of time to figure out what you want to do. Try a few things out. Don't be fixated on one particular path too early. Spend time working out what you really enjoy doing, and then see if you can make that work in a way that benefits you and others. I always loved writing and traveling, and I loved engaging with people. So I initially became a journalist and ended up doing international trade before I completely changed tack and ended up joining the diplomatic service. And both paths, even though very, very different, gave me a chance to enjoy and engage with lots of fascinating people, doing lots of interesting research and analysis, and I traveled widely. And it showed me there are many more options out there than you might first think. So try a few. Next, keep educating yourself. Read widely. Don't just stick to your favorite subjects, but have an interest in the wider world and explore things. Delve into the world of current affairs, politics, economics, philosophy, literature, and the arts before you get too busy and life takes over. Try to travel and broaden your horizons. You never know where it might lead and what ideas it will spark. In the same spirit, be brave. Push yourself. Take a few risks, but not with your own personal safety. The truth is, you are far more capable of more than you think. You might not believe, or I certainly didn't, that you could become an ambassador. But it happened to me. So think big, grab opportunities, and don't self-limit. Men are much better at this than women, and we need to support each other more on these issues. So to help with this, be proactive. Good things won't just come to you unless you're very, very lucky. You need to make your own luck, and you need to create opportunities. So get out there. Work out who you admire and contact them. Ask people advice. Most people are really flattered when contacted by a younger person asking for help. But be realistic. You're much more likely to get support if you ask someone for 10 to 15 minutes of your time to seek advice over a coffee or on a phone call than if you send a very busy person a long letter or email and expect a detailed response. And you never know. A call might turn into something more if you make an impact. And that leads me on to my next tip. Always prepare. In fact, research, and do your homework. Whether it's a job interview, meeting someone for the first time, or you just want to make a good impression, be prepared and do your research. It's so much easier nowadays with the internet. People are always impressed if you've made an effort to learn about them and their organisation, and drop that into the conversation. It shows you've made the effort, and it will help make you stand out from the pack. And it shows people how keen and committed you are. It makes a great impression, and people will remember you. Be independent. Now, I'm fully aware this isn't always easy for young women in the world, particularly in this part of the world, but try not to rely completely on anyone else financially. Keep control of some of your own money. Even if you're married and share household expenses, always make sure you retain some of your own funds, however rosy things are. This gives you options and choices. Enough said. Next, and this may shock some of you to hear this, but you won't always be young. So I need to say this. Drink lots more water and wear sunblock. You are now young and you are beautiful. You take these things for granted. You have beautiful hair, skin, beautiful teeth, and gravity has not yet hit you. This will not always be the case. So take care of yourself and floss your teeth. Next up, take care of the planet. We only have one, and we all need to share it and leave it in a fit state for our children and our children's children. We're not doing a good enough job on this, so tread as lightly as you can. Make informed choices about what you do and think about the impact of your actions. Live more cleanly, burn and consume less, and help protect our struggling environment. I wish I'd known more about the effect of our ignorant actions that we're having on the planet when I was younger. And I'm so inspired by the mass mobilization that your generation is taking to change attitudes and practices to help give our planet a chance. Please help lead this change. Next, be resilient. Women are particularly good at this. Things won't always go right, and you will need to adjust, pick yourself up, and keep going at times. Remember the wonderful saying, this day too will pass, and there's always tomorrow to try again. And remember, you don't need to do it all alone. Accept help. When things get tough, don't be proud. Ask for help and do accept helping hands. I found being a first-time mum really overpowering, and I was far too proud to admit it at first. I got really exhausted trying to juggle things, and things started to take their toll. A kind friend spotted this and made me see sense. Now, no one thought any the less of me for needing to ask for help, and my family and friends were there to provide it. So reach out and keep an eye open for others who might be in need. Which brings me to my last point. Be kind. Take the time to stop and ask people how they're doing. Check in on people. Looking back, some of the most fulfilling times in my life have been spent supporting others, and that will enrich your life more than wealth or many possessions ever will. Make your memories with those that count. And be kind to your parents. You won't understand them and everything they did until you're a parent yourself. So, all I can tell you is that time goes quickly. So make sure you really think about the special moments and who you want to have them with, particularly your family, and be sure to prioritize these times in your busy life. So that's my advice to my younger self. To recap, lighten up and try things. Be hungry for knowledge and experience. Be brave. Be proactive and be prepared. Retain some measure of independence if you can. Take care of yourself and the planet. Be resilient, but not a martyr, and do accept help. And lastly, be kind and savor your time with others. And remember to have fun with those that count. So I offer you this advice for what it's worth. I am no guru, and I most definitely don't have all the answers. But now that I'm well into my 50s, I'm able to say that I've lived a little, loved a lot, tried to do some good along the way, and remembered to laugh a good deal too. And I wish the same for you all. Good luck. Asanteni sana. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. I'll come
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Balozi Mariani. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? So, by the way, thank you for reminding us about the gloomy glare of gravity waiting for us at all age. We do need to hear it. And we've placed some bottles of water, and we don't see any of you drinking water. Please drink water. Gravity is coming. Pardon me. Asante sana, but most importantly, kwa mabinti wenzangu, Balozi amesema naye alikuwa binti kama sisi. Yeah? Alipitia labda vitu ambavyo Balozi Nicola. She has something fun for us as well. Not a letter, it's a surprise. So, welcome, Balozi Nicola.
Thank you. I think you can all see me here. Yes, I'm afraid if I go up here, I'll disappear. Yeah, I'm not that tall, so I think I can see everybody, so hopefully everybody can see me. Can I ask Balozi Mdoga Safarani to come and join me? Where is she? She's in the room. Fantastic. So let me first of all introduce Safarani to everybody. So similar to other colleagues, we are doing the takeover, so she's taking over my seat, and I'm taking over hers, which is a fantastic young woman who graduated chemistry from the University of Maryland. An organization focusing on environmental awareness and community development. So together this morning, we have a poem for you, and it's called Phenomenal Woman. Okay, I'm not sure, does anybody in the room know the poem? Phenomenal Woman. Can you give? She's a writer, she, well, was an artist. She is an absolutely fantastic, inspirational individual who inspired me as a young woman. So I really identify what the British High Commissioner was talking about earlier. I'm probably a little bit ahead of you, but I can really identify with what she said. But when I was in my late 20s, I learned of Maya Angelou. I read her first book, While the Caged Bird Sings, and it was so inspirational. I bought every other book that she wrote, every poem that she wrote, and I have read and got inspiration and motivation from them. So I encourage all of the young women here today to actually engage with Maya Angelou's literature and her creativity, because you won't be disappointed, you will be inspired. So I hope this morning, I'm going to start off the poem, and Zafarani is going to finish it, and I hope you do find it inspirational. It's called Phenomenal Woman by Maya Angelou. Pretty women wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to suit a fashion model size. But when I start to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say, it's in the reach of my arms, the span of my hips, the stride of my step, the curl of my lips. I'm a woman, phenomenally, phenomenal woman, that's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man, the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenally, phenomenal woman, that's me.
Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can't touch my inner mystery. When I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it's in the arch of my back, the sun of my smile, the ride of my breast, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenal. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about or have to talk really loud. When you see me passing, it ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the creak of my heels, the bend of my hair, the palm of my hand, the need for my care, 'cause I'm a woman, phenomenal. Phenomenal woman, that's me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, phenomenal women. How many of us today feel like they're phenomenal? Thank you so much, Balozi, Nicola. I love Maya Angelou. I think the only poem I know of her is Still Arise, and yes, it's important to read about Maya Angelou, especially when you're young. So young women and girls, take notes. Sawa. So now it's time for tea and a little bit of networking, but before we go, let me recognize our newcomers. We have Balozi Tony from the Norwegian Embassy. Karibu sana, sana, sana. We have Lydia and Ruth, country directors of Femina and her initiative, Phenomenal Women. So young ladies, you know who to talk to, you know who to interact with. So karibuni sana, tea is served. Oh yes, oh my gosh, pardon me, Balozi. We have Balozi Felista also from the Norwegian Embassy. She's the Balozi today. Pardon me, Balozi, I hope you'll excuse my, yes, thank you, thank you. Asante sana. So we'll come back in, so tea is gonna be for 30 minutes, so let's squeeze this conversation and snacks in these 30 minutes, and then we'll be back for more fun stuff, like drama group performance, like testimonials from girls, etc., etc., and also an interesting conversation in a form of intergenerational dialogue. Karibuni sana, 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 sana.